Today I'm with Raina, and we are talking about Love Costa Mesa Day.
Yay!
Yes! Okay, so it's coming up. It's like this weekend.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about the history of Love Costa Mesa Day. You've been with it for a while.
Yeah, well, Love Costa Mesa Day was really birthed out of a group of churches that wanted to care for the community, give back to the community. We collaborate with local businesses such as yourself, with local nonprofits. There is literally a project for any age and any ability. So if you are a young mom who's straddling multiple young kids, we have projects right next to City Hall at Vanguard where you can write encouragement notes. Your little ones can put stickers on it. We have a rock encouragement so they can paint rocks. So there's just a lot of really cool things to do on that day for everyone. If you are someone that likes to be a little bit more active, we have some really cool projects at our high schools, at quite a few of our neighbors who need a little bit of an extra hand around their yard, weeding. We have a fence project, and we have quite a few really cool art projects going on Love Costa Mesa Day, murals that are getting painted. We're having crosswalk art, so you name it, we're making it happen on Love Costa Mesa Day.
I have a lot of friends that have younger kids because of my kids' ages.
Yeah, same by the way.
Yes, and so just to get them out to do something that, it breaks it up a little bit. They're doing something good. They're off the screens. All of these things.
Yes.
I'm like, my kids will be there painting some rocks. They will love that. Yes. Why should people be a part of helping their neighbors in the community?
Yeah, well, this can sound a little strange, but I think there's so many of us who, when we see something wrong with our city, or when we file a complaint, because we should speak up when something is happening. Love Costa Mesa Day gives you an opportunity to actually right that wrong, to meet that need, to make a difference. And I think it was on your previous podcast with that family, you don't realize the little action you make on that day can impact hundreds, if not thousands of people. To give you an example, something like repainting a recess line, but actually you are impacting hundreds and thousands of kids who are at that school who are like, wow, there's people who care about me enough to actually beautify my school. And when they come that next Monday after Love Costa Mesa Day, they get to have smiles on their faces, and they get to be like, whoa, that's such a cool mural, or whoa, these lines are freshly painted. So there's so many reasons to participate in something like Love Costa Mesa Day.
And so this is going to be the first major one that I'm a part of. I did the Love Our Schools Day.
Yes.
But I've heard really great things about it all of the years. I mean, this is year 9. I've heard so many great things. I'm sure a lot of other people have seen it and heard about it. There's banners up around town. It's all over social media. But what does it take to maybe get somebody to get off of their couch and get off of their phone and come out and not feel overwhelmed? Like, how approachable is it?
You know what, to make it really, really simple, if you are someone who's like, hey, the sign up is complicated and it feels very overwhelming, show up to City Hall Saturday, May 16th at 8 a.m. and we will find a place for you. It's as simple as that. And when you arrive, you'll be greeted by excited volunteers who want to serve you coffee. We have amazing coffee vendors. They'll serve you a donut if that's your jam. If not, we'll have fruits and snacks and water just to get you started for the day. And you get to pick something that could be, if you're a little bit of a shyer person and you don't want to be part of a large group, there's projects that you can really be on your own, and you can do something that makes an impact. Like you can find go shopping at a local store and get laundry detergent for one of our donation drives, or school supplies, gift cards that are impacting foster youth and juvenile youth. So there's, it can be low-key, and like I mentioned, if you're like wanting to do something active, there's so many opportunities for that. And of course, come back for our incredible lunch celebration. That is like the highlight of our event, where we have performers of all ages, and we have lunch and beverage sponsored by our local businesses. So we really make the day easy, hopefully, and that you'll have so much fun, we promise.
So people that have been involved in the day in the past, what are some of the things that you've heard from them? What is their feedback, their takeaways? Do a lot of people come back?
Oh, absolutely. You know, it's been so cool. It sounds a little bit weird, but when I'm wearing my Love Costa Mesa Day shirt, well, first off, they'll ask, where can I get that? But secondly, some people will come up to me and say, you know what? That is my favorite day of the year. That day is filled with love, filled with hope. And one of the coolest things that comes out of it is when you volunteer at one of our project sites, you either get to meet a nonprofit, you get to meet other leaders, other people in the community, and you get to make lifelong friendships.
Yeah.
You get to discover possibly a calling in your life, a purpose and inspiration. And for me, when I was a volunteer for Love Costa Mesa Day years ago, I discovered my calling to be part of
Yeah.
making Love Costa Mesa Day happen. And so there's so many possibilities and just open doors on that day for anyone.
Yeah, I think it's so great that we're all kind of living in our own little bubbles, drive to work, drop off the kids, go to the store, come home, right? Like
Yeah.
we kind of interact with the same people on a day-to-day basis that we don't even really truly know our neighbors half the time. So to be able to get in a different environment, put yourself out there, help others in the process, and then potentially make some new friends or connections or relationships, that's powerful too.
Oh, absolutely. And if you ever get invited into something that is related to Love Costa Mesa, we have stuff that's happening year round. But connections, Holly, that you mentioned, that's so important. And that's really the fabric of our community. That's the fabric of our city. And that's what makes Costa Mesa so amazing, is that the connection is authentic, it's real. And one of the most beautiful pictures I remember thinking, this was a couple years ago, and at our morning rally, we had a group of people that were so excited and they had so much energy, and I'm like, wow, I love that energy. I want to be with them. I want to hang out with them. And you know what? They were part of one of our local sober living. They were just so excited to get out, to be a part of giving back to the community. And it really changes the narrative to some of our friends who have stigma that's tied around them, especially some of our friends who are living on the streets.
Yeah.
We have many of our homeless friends who volunteer on Love Costa Mesa Day. Some even lead our projects. You wouldn't even know. You couldn't tell the difference. On that day, we are all equal. We are all loving our community together, and we're building connection that really makes our city great.
Yeah, I think we take it for granted a lot of the time, like that we love where we live, but to be able to be a part of making it a little bit better, even if it's not something that you directly benefit from, but you're making it better for other people, that is very rewarding.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And I like to be very honest and real, and there were times in my life where I very much struggled with my mental health. I struggled with connecting with people, and you might say, whoa, how could someone like you struggle with that? I really do. Like, internally, behind closed doors, there's a lot of moments that I struggle, but I really believe that when you put yourself out there, and if you're someone who is struggling, who is saying, my gosh, I have even trouble getting out of my bed, I know how that feels like. I know how much energy that takes to put yourself out there. I promise you, it's worth it. And you know what? Even if you're not able to make it on May 16th, I mentioned so many of our donation drives that we're hosting on that day. You can participate in some shape or form to make a difference in our community. So hopefully you'll be able to do so.
Yeah, I think a lot of sports are wrapping up, so there's a lot of time that you have free on Saturday morning. You get a free lunch out of it.
And free breakfast.
And free breakfast.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a perfect opportunity if you're just struggling to make a connection with somebody anyway, and you just want to throw them an invitation to come on out and join you. It's a very low pressure way to get out of the house. Well, Raina, thank you so much. And I know that next year is even bigger and better.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yes, the huge 10-year
Yes, yeah, and I'm already starting to just think through some really cool ideas of how do we make it the best ever Love Costa Mesa Day. So if you have an idea, if you want to be a part of planning, or if you have something really creative that you would like to do, please reach out.
I'm super excited for this Saturday.
Yeah, you're most welcome, Holly.